it might feel like a warm hug. But nostalgia is far more complex than just missing the good old days. What if that yearning for the past isn't only about what was, but about shaping what will be? Today we're diving deep into the surprising psychology of nostalgia, and why this sweet ache for the past is one of the most powerful forces guiding our future. Part 1. The sweet ache. A universal experience. Have you ever scrolled through old photos late at night? You stumble on a picture of your childhood bedroom, or a family trip you thought you'd forgotten. Or maybe it's a song, the first notes of a track you haven't heard in years. And suddenly you're back in middle school, driving with friends, or sitting in your childhood kitchen. Sometimes it's a smell, freshly cut grass, a certain perfume, the scent of crayons. And just like that, your brain pulls you through a portal in time. That feeling, bittersweet yet comforting, is nostalgia. But here's the thing. Nostalgia isn't just longing for the past. Psychologists describe it as a complex emotion, part joy, part sorrow, a blend of comfort and melancholy, a sweet ache. Why does it grip us so powerfully? Why does every human, regardless of culture, age, or background, experience this longing? That's what we're about to uncover. Part 2. Beyond sentimental, the brain on nostalgia. To understand nostalgia, we need to peek inside the brain. When nostalgia strikes, it's not just memory at work. It's not like recalling a grocery list. Instead, whole regions of the brain light up, particularly the limbic system and the hippocampus. These are the areas responsible for emotion and memory. Think of your hippocampus as the library of your life. But nostalgia isn't pulling out dusty files. It's replaying a movie, emotions and all. That's why you don't just remember your high school prom. You feel the nervous excitement again. You don't just recall the smell of grandma's cooking. Your body warms with the same comfort you felt sitting at her table. Triggers are key. Music, smells, tastes. These are sensory superhighways to the past. A single song can bypass logic and transport you instantly, as if time folded in on itself. But here's the twist. These trips down memory lane aren't random glitches. They serve a profound purpose. Part 3. Why we go back, the psychological payoffs. Nostalgia is not just a weakness for the good old days. It's a survival mechanism when life feels uncertain, when stress, loneliness, or change overwhelm us. Nostalgia steps in. It whispers, "You've been through things before, you can handle this too." Psychologists have found that nostalgia increases feelings of continuity. In other words, it reminds us that we're part of a larger story, that who we were connects to who we are and who we're becoming. It's also an anchor for identity. Those old photos, that favorite childhood band, those aren't just memories, they're building blocks of your sense of self. They remind you of who you are at your core. But here's the surprising part. Nostalgia doesn't just tether us to the past. It actually fuels the future. Studies show that people who experience nostalgia often report feeling more optimistic. They're more motivated, more resilient. Why? Because remembering moments of love, joy, and belonging strengthens our belief that such moments can happen again. And let's not overlook nostalgia's role in connection. Ever laughed with a friend about an inside joke from years ago? Or rewatched a childhood movie together? Nostalgia deepens bonds. It tells us we've shared history. and that history matters. So nostalgia isn't just indulgence, it's medicine for the soul. Part 4. The dark side of rose-tinted glasses. But like all medicine, the dose matters. Too much nostalgia can tip into unhealthy territory. Dwelling endlessly on the past can trap us. Instead of drawing strength, we may start avoiding the present, comparing everything today to some golden memory that can never truly return. That's when nostalgia turns into rumination, a loop that whispers, "Life was better back then, and never will be again." Marketers know this. That's why commercials use retro songs, why brands bring back classic packaging, why movies get endless reboots. They're tapping directly into our brain's nostalgia circuits. Because when you feel that sweet ache, you're more likely to trust, to buy, to crave. Nostalgia can also distort memory. We polish the past until it glows, forgetting the struggles that were there too. Ever notice how people say things were simpler back then? Were they really? Or are we just editing history? The challenge is balance, reflection versus obsession. When nostalgia helps us feel grounded, it's powerful. When it keeps us stuck, it's a trap. Part 5. Harnessing the power of the past for a better future. So, how do we make nostalgia work for us? Here are a few powerful ways. Journaling. Write down a memory that fills you with warmth. Capture the details, the sights, the sounds, the emotions, relive it on paper. This not only strengthens memory but turns it into a tool for gratitude. Reconnect with people. Call an old friend. Share a story you both remember. Reliving those moments together magnifies the emotional payoff and strengthens bonds in the present. Revisit places. Go back to your childhood park, your old school, or even just a street that mattered to you. Sometimes being physically present in a space reignites inspiration. But here's the deeper shift. Use nostalgia not as an escape, but as a compass. When you feel that tug toward the past, ask yourself, what is this memory reminding me I truly value? Is it family? Is it freedom? Is it creativity? Nostalgia is pointing you back to your core values, the things that make life meaningful. If you channel that, you're not just longing for yesterday, you're building a richer, more intentional today. So here's the truth. Nostalgia isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's your heart reminding you of the love, the laughter, the belonging you've already known. So you don't forget what you're capable of creating again. The past may be gone, but its echoes are fuel. So the next time a song, a scent, or a photograph pulls you back, don't just smile wistfully and move on. Pause. Listen. Ask, what is this memory calling me to bring into my present life? Because that is how nostalgia transforms from longing into power. If this journey into the psychology of nostalgia stirred something in you, if it made you reflect, smile, maybe even tear up, then I invite you to stay with us. Hit subscribe so you never miss these deep dives into the hidden psychology shaping your life. Tap like if nostalgia has ever carried you back in time, and share this video with someone you've shared memories with, because maybe they need this reminder too. The past is a place we can never return to, but its lessons are gifts we can carry forward. Let's carry them together.